Hey, and it's the last question. Oh, fantastic. Oh, good stuff. Don't know about you guys, I'm pretty tired after going through all that. All right, 5 marks. So again, this is about as long as you can really get in the exam papers now. And it's not even split up, it's just one big section. Okay, so yeah, they're really making you think here, they're making you go through all the steps. All right. So Katie and Mona are looking up at a hot air balloon. Okay, so let's see, where's Katie? There's Kate, and there's Mona. They're looking up at a hot air balloon. Okay. In the diagram, that's represented by the diagram there. Angle of elevation 52. Again, without a diagram, if they just wrote this, it'd actually be quite. You have to really think about this stuff. But they've given you a diagram and just repeat it. So again, I would just think, who cares? Yep, got it. 350. Yep, got that. Calculate the height of the hot air balloon. So the question was the height. So what's this dimension in here? Okay. Call that x. So you've got two triangles there. You could use either one. I'll say Katie's triangle, okay? What I would really like is, I see an unknown height and an unknown angle. I'm kind of thinking this looks like a trick question, but I'm missing a length. I know this length in here, but I can't split. I don't know how to split it up between the two. Okay. And yeah, I could have easily said as well. Could have said the same thing. Could have said x and then 34, and then so I need another length. So I've got one length in here, but I would really like to know one of these lengths, so I could use trig. Okay, I'm just going to get rid of that one because that's the messiest one. So can we do something to work out these lengths and then calculate the height? Okay, we can. We could use the sine rule. Okay. Now again, when I see these questions, if I see a triangle and I've got a length and two angles, I'm thinking the sine rule. Okay. If I've got three lengths, I'm thinking cosine rule. But yeah, when I've got two angles, two lengths, this is the kind of stuff that makes me think maybe it's a sine rule. So sine rule is given as on the front page of your notes, but it's quite straightforward really. It's just a over sine a is equal to b over sine b. But the only thing that's difficult here is to remember what goes where. Okay, so this length matches up with this angle in the same way this angle matches up with that length. So it's always the opposites. So that's the A and the A. That'll be your little A on top, and that's your sine A. So that's your sine A, and that's your length. Okay. So we know this length. We don't know that angle. We know this angle, but not that length, and this angle, not that length. Okay, I would like to find, if we're looking at this one here, I'd like to find this. Okay, so you know what I'm going to do just now? I'm going to rub this out just to simplify a little bit. I'm going to say I really want to find this. Okay, so I'm going to say x over sine 34, okay, is equal to b over, sorry 350 over sine of b. Now I don't know b yet, but can I work out b? Probably. So if we say there's 180 degrees in a triangle, and I know one is 34, and I know one is 52, so that's 86. So I know it's going to be 94 degrees. Yeah, 94 degrees. So I've just done 180, take away that, take away that. Okay, add 4, yeah, 94. That doesn't look very tidy again. I apologize. 94. This is the last question. This is it. The fatigue is setting in, and hilarious pen mistakes are made. 94, that looks a little bit better. Okay, 94 degrees. Okay. So again, they're really making you work for this. They've made you work out an angle. They're making you do the sine rule to work out a length, to then calculate calculate the height. Now I'll get to that x off just so it's not confusing as well. Actually, sorry. Okay. But I'll get rid of that just now completely. back to that. So we're doing the sine rule to work out here. Okay, so cross multiply. So it's x sine of 94 is equal to 350 sine of 34. I want to move that down. It's going to give me sine of 94, and that's equal to x. So calculators out. Okay, so that is going to give us 196, say 0.2. Okay, so I know that that's 196.2. So now we can go back to our diagram. Okay, we're trying to work out h. I know this is 196.2. I know this is 52. Okay, so what have we got? I've got an opposite and I've got hypotenuse. So we're going to use sine, aren't we? So I know that sine of 52 is going to equal h over 196.2. So h is going to equal sine of 52 times 196.2. I've got all this space down here, I didn't realise. Oh, God. Calculator's out for that one. So then h is going to give us 154.6 meters. Okay. Now, that, to be fair, I think is tricky. There's aspects to that. So just to summarise them on the side here. Okay. I think you needed to identify where the height was. Okay. Some people might have actually just thought it was one of these lengths was the height, but identifying the vertical height was quite important. Okay. And then from that, you need to recognise it was a right angle triangle, and that you kind of could do trig, but not quite. So you knew you were going to have to use trig, like so, that's all. Okay. But then to get to that point, you had to use your sine rule, and even before you could do that, you had to remember there's 180 degrees in a triangle. Okay, so we started with where we wanted to be in the end, and then we worked our way back. Okay, so we thought, well, where's the h? How do I get that? And you work your way back, and then you go through it. Okay, again, in a question like this, there'll be absolutely no harm in just saying, I have no idea what's going on, and just apply the sine rule. Okay, just to get something. Okay, the minute you see two angles in a triangle, just do the sine rule. Okay, so let's look at some marks then. So the first mark you're going to get is correct substitution. So you're going to get a mark for this. You're going to get a mark for rearranging it as well and for solving it. So there's actually 3 marks available just for that. So without even thinking about what the question's asking, okay, you would have got 3 out of 5 for just blindly applying the sine rule. Okay, I think that's fantastic. Now obviously that in itself requires working out this extra angle, but still that's very good. The next point is to identify your trig rule. So yeah, 52, that would give us a mark in there. And then to work out the final answer. Okay, so I mean, 3 out of 5 for not even, without even reading the question, you can almost look at that and say, that's a sine question, you know? So that'd be 60%, that's a low beat, without even, just have a complete punt, okay? So moral of the story here is, just do what you can, okay? But yeah, that's the 2019 paper gone through in its entirety. I've tried to talk around some bits and pieces as well going through it. Yeah, if you've got any questions, just post them. But I think probably the big one is just practice. If you find something that's not very good, you're not very good in an area, just go onto the National 5 Maths website. It's just national5maths.co.uk and just practice that area. Okay, just go over and over just till it sinks in, because a lot of this it's just practice. Okay, the information is usually in there at the back of your head. You just need to try and get out by practicing, and it's all about the way the questions are asked. The more familiar you are with the way they're asked, the better you're getting. It's kind of like understanding an accent in a different area. You turn up to a new place and people talk strange, and after a while you settle into it. And it's the same with the SQA. It's just kind of getting used to the language and thinking, why are they asking me this? Why are they wording it that way? And you'll see it's usually just there to kind of distract you from the very simple subject matter, which you actually probably know quite well. Okay, so yeah, good luck in your exam if you're prepping for an exam. And yeah, I hope you found this useful. Thanks very much. Cheers. Bye.